Alright guys, welcome back to What the Hell from Rogue Mystic Divination, and this one may be up on its own channel because this is episode 10 of What the Hell. And it is a 7-card spread that will answer the questions: what the hell is happening, what the hell is, why the hell is this happening, what the hell am I missing, how the hell do I feel about this, what the hell should I not do, what the hell can I do, and what the hell is going on. So a little bit redundant, but you get the point, right? And this is my Sunday reading that I put out just to give you a little bit of brimstone to your holiest of days, right? So we're gonna start out with card 1, and we don't. Yep, okay, there we go. That's what I thought. We've got 2 that jumped out for spot 1, so we're just gonna take both of those. And we're just going to go straight into it. We've got the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 10 of Swords. Because that's an interesting mix for the first question. What the hell is happening? Whatever work it is that you're doing doesn't seem to really be paying out. Surprise, surprise, with the economy that we're in right now. And you may be trying to seek perfection, trying to find the perfect job rather than just a job. Putting the work into things that you're not getting anything out of. Whether it's doing favors or doing odd jobs just to kind of fill your time. Yeah, it's because you don't really seem to have the motivation to do anything that's working for you, because nothing that you normally do is working out the way you want it to. That's why you're lacking the motivation. So even though you may feel uninspired because what you normally do isn't working this time, it is the push for you to develop different skills. Adapt to the job market, even though that is, I'm sorry, whenever we have someone who is a prior police officer who joined the Navy and has space, whatever kind of space mechanical ability, right? And they can't find a job. What hope do the rest of us have, right? And with that, we've got the 10 of Swords. It cannot possibly get any worse, right? Give it time. Give it time. And the universe may prove you wrong if you decide to say that whenever it's really not that bad. However, you can only improve at this point, right? If you don't have a job, if you don't have what looks like opportunity that's going to pay you, you can only gain from the position that you're in then. Or gain from the position that you're in. If you have nothing, it almost feels like it's testing the universe to take more from you, but if anything, see this as a moment where the universe has been cleaning your slate, and in a good way, not in a bad way, but in a good way, and it's all to make room for what's coming in. So you have a definitive point where you went from, you had nothing, you didn't have clothes, you didn't have the clothes that you needed, you had difficulty getting food and stuff, to being in this point of abundance. It's like the universe is clearing everything out, so you have all new things starting on a new pathway. But card 2, that's just position 1. For position 2, why the hell is this happening? Nothing was flying out, so we just took the top card there. We have the Page of Swords. Many, many people have been misled to think that the old way is the only way. The Page of Swords is the youngster, the guy that's the low man on the totem pole, who's told to take care of the knight's things, take care of, essentially do the bitch work for them, right? And help them manage their lives by doing the unimportant, tiny, annoying things that need to be done, like shining their shoes, maintaining the armor, carrying their sword. Now, with the Page of Swords, the sword is the idea, it's the lesson. It's the thought that cuts through everything. It's like, well, what is the point of this? It's the question that you ask to understand what's going on, right? And there's other ways to do things. Other people are glossing over this. There are other ways to find success than doing the same old thing over and over again in order to get into a position that isn't what it used to be. Do not be afraid to share your opinion with this either, because the sword is in the past. With this position, because it's in reverse, the sword is in the past, right? It's leaning towards the past to do something over again, to communicate the same idea, where the page is looking towards the future. Do not be afraid to look towards the future and see if maybe it's time to put down the knight's sword. Because whenever it comes down to it, we have to remember that the knight is out there doing what somebody else is telling them to do. They're not the king of the castle. They're not the, they may own their own land, but they still have to manage it for somebody else. And because that's how they used to essentially get paid, in a way, in some of the, in some historical senses, they were giving a parcel of land and told they could work it for whatever and have people come in and work it for them, whatever, but it was essentially to be a part of the kingdom in more than one way, more than just knighting, I guess. So you may feel like you have to suddenly pick up a new idea too. Suddenly picking up a new way of doing things. In order to make space for that new thing, that new thought process, you may have to drop these old ideas. So don't be afraid to do that. Do not be afraid to start from scratch, like this is trying to get you to do. Position 3, we have what the hell am I missing? Strength. Inner strength. Now, with this card coming up, you may be doubting that you have the ability to form your own ideas. To come up with this new way of doing things. And it's a struggle because you're not used to doing it. It may have even been kind of beaten out of you one way or another to say that, well, it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter what you think, and you need to stop, listen, pay attention to what's being told to you, and do it the way that we're telling you to do it. That's not working anymore. Their way isn't working anymore. This is very much like how we are with the economy right now. You can't go in places and say, hey, do you have a job? Do you have any job openings? You can't really. There are a few places that are still open to taking paper applications. However, they are few and far between anymore, and they're getting less every day. This is saying that you have to go online and mass produce your resume. You have to still do some of these contact point things, like where you call people and you say, hey, I put in my application. You know, I'm still interested in the position. I was wondering if it was still open. Could I set up an interview? And you may not have been in that position before, where you had to request an interview. Because they're not approaching you, and because they're not saying, hey, we've got this open, we would like you to come in and interview for this, and maybe get you started soon. It's not like that anymore. You have to chase them down, essentially, to give you a job in a lot of instances, in a lot of industries, and Again, it's referring back to this. The old way isn't going to work anymore. You can't just wait to be told to come here, sit here, have this conversation, and then start on Monday. You're going to have to find it within yourself to find another way to make those contact points. And I did not start this as a job money read, but that seems to be where it's gone. So it's kind of hard to steer your mind away from that whenever that's kind of the economy right now. But that's what's coming out, so we're just going to go with that. I am going to be starting lovers reads on Wednesday because Wednesday is for lovers, right? Wednesday is hump day. And anyway, with card 3, with position 3, we need to find our inner strength and start to listen to ourselves rather than take this advice that just doesn't work. For position 4, how the hell do I feel about this? King of Pentacles in reverse. Like they are holding on to things. Like they may be holding on to money, holding back ideas, holding back information that you need. Since the King of Pentacles is all about the practical, hands-on things, you feel like they are holding on to something that is necessary in order to maintain their position. And they don't care how it affects anybody else. And they're fine with it causing material loss to others because of their need to maintain their position. Yeah, this is really kind of an economic reading. I did not intend for it to be that, but it is what it is, guys. But with the King of Pentacles, you feel like they are holding back the opportunity, holding back the wealth and status because they want to. And they don't know how to use what they've got. And I think they're going to be losing it here soon, but we'll see how that goes. With position number 5, what the hell should I not do? Sudden change. You may be very tempted to reveal everything that's going on with, because it feels like some of you that are listening to this may be in connection to someone who's in the King of Pentacles position. And it's telling you not to be the tower, not to be the whistleblower, maybe. I think because that sudden change is coming in on its own, you don't need to do anything. Because it's not sudden change just for you, it's going to be for them, but it's almost as though the universe is telling you right now that the energy is already there. You don't need to do anything. You just kind of need to stand back and watch. And it will end up crumbling underneath of them, because then they will not be able to blame you for this tower. They can't. If all they have that's up front is going to be their own actions, then they can't blame you for it. Because you're the whistleblower, you told everybody about it, you told them about not paying their taxes, how they've been hiding money, how they've been lying about this on their PPP loan, whatever the hell it is. I don't think you need to do anything because it's already started to crumble. You just don't see it yet. With position 6, what the hell can I do? 5 of Wands. Find where you have competition. Find where it is that there may be someone trying to disagree with the fact that I don't think it's going to be difficult for you to find this either. Find someone that disagrees with you, right? Now, as odd as this is going to sound, this may be a signal for you to start a blog, start a channel, start something like that where everything just started to fall on me. And put your own position out there. Put your own opinion out there. Not so much to put out examples of this person because karma's taking care of them. But so that you have something that says that I have been doing something with my time. I do have an opinion about things. I do have a brain in my head that works. There's a thought process there, and it could end up segueing into something profitable for you. You may even gain a fan base that you end up gaining something like ad revenue off of. Which there's nothing wrong with that, right? And it's not to say that you need to start this with the intent to cause conflict, but I'm saying that if somebody is disagreeing with you, you almost have the right to put your own position out there, just as equally as they do. And for card 7, what the hell, where the hell is this going? The Devil. All of this has been leading to the Devil in reverse at that. So, more about releasing these limited beliefs that you have been given right here, and you've been stripped of them working, of them, these old ideas giving you the ability to progress right here at the start of the read, to the point where you have to realize that your strength does not come from what is it you've been taught, that you have the ability to make your own decisions and your own observations. And as much as you have made your observations about some of the people that you're around, that you've been dealing with, how they've been kind of hoarding what it is that they have, not wanting to give to your situation or anybody else's, maybe even retain your paycheck at some point, or not give you a raise. It doesn't matter because it seems like that position has ended for you anyway, and you don't need to do anything to call them out on it. By all means, get your money, get your paycheck, do what you need to do as far as that goes, but outside of that, you don't need to be the whistleblower. Their tower is coming down anyway. And it's already starting to fall apart. That's why they're so greedy. That's why they're so close-fisted with everything. They can feel it wave in the breeze. And like they do skyscrapers, whenever a strong gust of wind hits those, you can feel them move back and forth if you're in them high enough. But you will not really need to start any conflict because it feels as though that conflict is already there for you to put your own opinion up for. And it's going to end up leading you to a new income stream, a new way to make money, a new way to communicate. And even if that doesn't turn into an income stream for you, it seems like it's going to put you into a new position. And all this is to get you to release these limiting beliefs that you've been conditioned to believe. And some of these darker thoughts you may have been holding on to could just be good ideas that you need to lean into now. Nothing to do with harming anybody, obviously, but these dark thoughts like, maybe I should just quit my job and start my own business. Maybe I should just quit my job and go backpacking, or, do something open-ended like that and detach yourself from the way that you've been taught to live. Somehow it's going to get you to where it is that the universe has been trying to position you, and there are blessings around the corner, but it seems like your slates need to be wiped clean before you can receive them. So Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you like this read. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.